Welcome to another episode.
What the hell was that?
And already we've
derailed. What did
What did I do wrong?
I don't know. You did this thing like you were like doing like a weird.
It was like a pinwheel kind of thing going on.
You're having computer loading issues, and I was looking at you like, oh no, did his computer not get loaded up yet?
See, I thought you were trying to put a spell on me or something.
Oh, no, not a witch.
Put a spell on you.
Not a witch today.
Very screaming Jayhawk.
Just a me.
Because you're Mac.
To the show about everything and nothing all at once with the goal of bringing a little humor to your day.
Or derailing your day.
Or just derailing Sarah straight from the get. Right out of the gate.
Straight from the get.
Like us, love us or hate us, we're proof that
there is
a better podcast.
Across from me.
Who's getting a hex?
Schwami.
Hexagonal.
Is the magical Schwami.
I'm Schwami DeeLow today.
Shawarma. Chicken shawarma.
Yes.
Shawarma
yes.
DeeLow.
And to my left is, nope. To my right.
I thought you were going to say oatmeal. I'm like, oatmeal.
No, there's nobody to my right. That's right. To my left, to my right. Now you got me all confused.
Okay, so here's what you do is when you hold up your hand and you put your thumbs out and your palms up facing upwards, which hand makes the letter L? Is it the left hand or is it the right hand? And
so
that's how you know is your left hand.
Is
so
Tony.
Right. That's me. Yeah. I'm an ass.
We're all right there today. This is starting out like gangbusters. We'd love to hear from you. I don't know.
Do we?
Send us an email at Tony. Where can they email us at?
There is a better podcast at gmail.com.
And on the Twitter,
there is a better, the number one.
And on the Instagram is DeeLow's Instagram. There is a better podcast.
Skirpity gerp.
All right. So even though we started off, a little goofy, we're going to travel abroad.
because we never do that.
No. And through time, we're going to revisit a classic Saturday morning 90s joint.
Ooh.
And
I like joints.
I'm launching...
I like that you said joint in there.
Yeah. Do you? Well, that might catch you. And I'm launching the Tell Me Something Good, because, damn it, we need some positivity up in here.
We need something good.
I'm always down for that.
Good. First, we're going to fall into the word hole.
Okay.
All right, so our word for the day, let me pull up my Speechify thing.
I like that you fall into.
Speechify?
Oh, yeah, we're falling into the word hole.
Fall into the
Are you guys ready?
hole.
Here's the word of the day.
Sagacious.
Oh, she came in hot.
Wow.
She came in hot. Hot.
She kicked me right in that.
Came in hot.
Sagacious.
Sagacious.
So
Sagacious.
what
It's
does
really hot.
that mean?
So sagacious.
Whoever's in
Is it
control of our
discern-
soundboard for the day, seriously, that...
Is that are you having a sharp judgment? It means
I might
having
have one, yes.
A keen mental discernment and sharp judgment.
Well, no, okay, so a sharp judgment would be more like a keen discernment. Is that right?
It just said a keen mental discernment and sharp judgment. Did I say something different?
I don't know. You're saying Tony's actually
literally
he's being very sagacious.
Sagacious?
No, you're saying a sharp mental decision, but that sagacious, you're using it in the opposite direction, I think, is like a sarcastic or the antithesis of sagacity, which I don't know what that word is.
Ooh, let's find out the synonym.
I just want it would be antonym.
I'm sorry, antonym.
Wow, we're all on it
Left
today.
and right. I don't know.
Sagacious.
Up and down. Where is... Okay. Thanks for the word.
Flagellation? No, that's not the word.
Discerning sagacious judgment of character. I'm just reading all the things now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to stop reading now.
How do you spell that?
Mine is not giving me a definition.
Sagacious.
Okay. And shrewd. Okay, yes.
Shrewd.
You feel good about that one?
To avoid any outright confrontation.
Shrewd. Astute.
Sagacious.
Yeah.
Acute. It's so cute.
It's a cute.
Aw,
It's so cute.
cute.
Okay, we've really...
Yeah, we're just like reading it.
I even snorted. Okay.
So
Sagacious.
stupid and foolish would be the opposite, would be the antithesis.
Okay.
Okay, now that we know.
And the more you... Where's that?
I was going to pick that up.
I know you were.
Yeah,
So was there
I'm
actually a
slowly
reason
uptake
that you had this, or did you just hear it and you're like, I dig that word?
I dig the word. It also sounds like it could be something negative, but it's not. It's a positive
Sagacious.
word. Yeah, it's positive, but it sounds a little too close to sus. Suspicious. But it's a
Sagacious.
positive word.
Well, if I've learned something from every reel on Instagram and TikTok videos, don't be suspicious. No, don't be suspicious.
Be sagacious.
Do you know? Okay, you probably don't know what that is from. Never mind.
Oh.
Moving on.
I'm not on TikTok, so.
Well.
We'll talk about that later. So I want
You're not on TikTok, DeeLow?
What?
No.
How?
Are you on the
believe it?
Instagram?
I know.
It's
actually amazing, isn't it?
Are you on the Instagram?
Any Instagram I do is work related, and that's it. I don't do the Instagram.
Not the personal.
In fact, I don't even get it. It just doesn't really humor me at all.
I'm right there with you. I don't understand
I
it.
I
don't get it.
I thought
Instagram?
you liked it. No, the Instagram.
No.
Yeah.
No, Instagram? No, not there.
Aren't you into it? I thought. What were you saying?
No.
No, it's Twitter you were saying.
Twitter, I just started
Twitter's
kind of figuring
fun.
out.
That you were giggling about one day.
I've been giggling for a few days now.
Giggling a lot.
We'll get into that later. So I'm going to bring the better recommendation to you now that we've traveled down the Wordhole and straightened all that shit out.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think we've straightened
out
anything
the
about
Wordhole.
Straightened out the Wordhole. Okay, so I couldn't make a decision, so I'm bringing you two.
All right, two better recommendations.
And if you don't like either of them, I don't know what's wrong with you.
You go fuck yourselves.
There you go. You can if you want. So, are either of you familiar
Sagacious.
with? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was his fault.
Oh, Tony's pointing the finger. Okay, so I brought two better recommendations for you. One is Flight Attendant, which is on HBO Max. There's now a second season that's just been released. Have either of you watched this particular
I don't have
show?
HBO.
No, I have HBO Max. Okay, fair enough.
I have not seen either, but I've heard that Flight Attendant was really good. What was the other one again?
1 second. So
the other
Flight Attendant was good. The
it's
other one
called
is
1 second?
No.
1 second of nothing.
Okay, so my better recommendation, I have two of them. Flight Attendant is one, and
Yes.
Russian Doll is on Netflix, and that's the other one. So Russian Doll,
okay.
they're both into season 2 now. So if you missed season 1, you can go back and watch
So
season 1. But
is
now season 2 is available.
Is Russian Doll like one of those kinds of shows where you start with kind of
The big one?
You start with the big one, and then you start to
down.
unearth littler pieces of the puzzle as you go through it. And then by the time that you get to the end of the entire series, it was really just this tiny little pea that started it all, and it was completely nothing. But it was the pea in the
Did you watch
in the
season 2?
princess's mattress.
Did you watch season 2?
You know what I'm talking about?
Did you watch season 2?
I haven't seen any of the goddamn thing.
Okay, fair
I have
enough.
no idea what you're talking about.
That's fair. All right.
And I'll say it with a smile.
And you just did. So,
just did.
Yeah. So, okay. These are two completely different storylines. Can I unpack a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nesting
Great,
dolls.
thanks.
That's what they're called.
They're nesting dolls.
Nesting dolls.
Nesting dolls.
Okay.
I'll get back to you in a second. So, Flight
Please do.
Attendant, season
I'm right
2, HBO Max, Kaylee Cuoco,
I like
Rosie
Kaylee Cuoco.
Perez.
She's great.
Kaylee Cuoco is great. I didn't watch, what is the show she's known for?
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. I did not watch that show. I know her for this show, and I like her, and she's great. And then,
Okay, great.
yeah, she's great. And then there's this woman named Michelle Gomez who is, I guess, in Doom Patrol. So if you're a big Doom Patrol fan, she's in the show, and she's amazing.
Nope.
All right. Anyway, so season 2, we find Cassie celebrating 1 year of sobriety, relocated to California from New York, and she's settling into a new relationship and still being a flight attendant, and she's also a CIA asset.
I
So
believe
if
that's
that
pronounced Kaya.
sounds, yeah, if
Kaya.
that's your Kaya,
CIA? Kaya?
sure,
The
Yeah.
C is short. It's got a schwa.
schwa,
C.
you're just showing
So
off.
it looks like a U.
All right. Well, if that sounds a bit ambitious for someone who's a recovering alcoholic, and you saw what she went through in the first season, she's a bit of a house of cards and on the brink of falling. So, yeah, she's going to be back into her pitfalls and sabotaging herself with the company of her faithful friends and colleagues. And it's a worldwide travel log full of conspiracy and breakdown and meltdown, and her hair is amazing. I feel like her hair is the second character.
wait.
That's the second character?
I mean, that sounded like a description
Her
written by
hair-
somebody. So you wrote that?
Yeah, I wrote that.
That's what you capped it off with.
Yeah.
Her hair is amazing.
Her hair is amazing.
Fair enough.
Her hair
All
is
right.
like her co-star. Her hair is her co-star. It's not a joke. She's kind of like a chihuahua with a cell phone. She's just like really antsy, jumpy, and anxious, and she's got her cell phone at all times, and she'll just be on her phone the whole time. So, if blonde, recovering alcoholic, chaotic mess isn't your jam, let me point you to the red-haired, black-attired, swag for days, sunglass-wearing Nadia in Russian Doll. So she's back in season 2, and much like Tony just kind of gave away, it all kind of goes
Are
and
you
unpacks
serious?
a little bit.
Oh my
To me,
God.
as I think about it, it does get like. So the first season, she's stuck
Okay, I
in
don't
a
have
loop.
to watch the show now.
She's stuck in a loop for one specific day. She dies, she comes back. That's the whole first season.
Yeah.
Second
is
season.
she smaller each time?
Shit.
Her problems just
Let me just tell you, for this particular show, DeeLow, you will not need any gummies. It's a psychedelic trip, the whole ride.
But
through.
that makes it even better.
Oh, it's fantastic. And Nadia is played by Natasha Lyonne. I don't know if you know who Natasha Lyonne is.
No.
Nope.
Okay, well, look her up. She's amazing. She's also hosting the last episode of SNL for the season on May 21st, so that should be fun.
Okay.
She is... What is this? Is this nesting doll?
I am not doing
music?
this. This is none of my doing.
It is. Does anybody remember it?
This sounds like something
I think
from...
I need to be 70 to remember it.
This sounds like something from... oh, yeah! I have seen this.
Is it from public access television?
It is.
Yeah, it
Looks
has
like,
to be. It sounds like that quality.
Oh, my God. What is that? Not 3-2-1 Contact.
I don't know. I looked up Sesame Street.
3,
I know
2,
it's
1
not that.
Contact.
What was that other show? It was The Electric Company, maybe?
It might have been from Electric Company.
I thought that's what it was.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
sure.
It was the little nesting dolls that
Oh my
wander
God.
around.
They're
so
They're
cute.
so cute.
Yay!
Oh, the little one just came out.
Oh my God. Okay,
Aw,
so the first...
Good for the little one.
Anyway,
That's-
so the first season is pretty awesome. It's like one day she's on a loop. But the second season is a whole lot different. We're traveling through time, and she's doing it via the New York subway.
Was this
so,
binge worthy? Did you watch it all pretty much?
Yeah, because Netflix released all the episodes at the same time, unlike HBO Max, which they release 1 week at a time. So you're able to watch
On
all
both
of...
counts. Both shows?
No. Season 1, you can watch the full season of Flight Attendant now. Season 2 of Flight Attendant rolls out weekly. And then Russian Doll is like full seasons are available to watch all at the same time. And yeah, we slammed through them pretty fast.
Slam!
Slam. But the fact that she travels through
Let the
time on the
boys
New
be
York
boys.
subway to go back in time is pretty awesome.
With the Russian speed dolls.
With the Russian speed dolls. Oh, and the soundtrack is on point. It had me at Depeche Mode.
Ooh.
And Bauhaus keeps coming through with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see?
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
Really?
Bela Lugosi's dead. Keeps playing over and over again, aren't you? So I would say these ladies in particular are not maybe making the best decisions, and are maybe not so.
Sagacious.
Yeah. See, yeah. I wouldn't look to them for the best advice. The thing with the lady in Russian Doll is like she's got swag for days, and she's unapologetic, and she's amazing.
That's what I was trying to go for.
Yeah. I want to take a moment.
Please do.
A moment to scroll back to a couple episodes ago where I recommended the new season of Kids in the Hall for people to enjoy, which is on the Amazon Prime.
Did that finally come out?
Uh-huh.
So the episodes just dropped on the 13th of May, so you would have been able to just start watching them. I did watch the first episode, and I just want to share, in case you decide to visit that, please, friendly disclaimer here, no kids. There's a lot of pork and beans ahead in the episode. It was really unexpected. Sitting there watching it, thankfully, my husband and I were watching it because we were like, yeah, Kids in the Hall, let's watch this. And we get about 10 minutes into the episode, and there's full frontal pork and beans.
Oh, God.
More than one dude. And it was, all the original players are back, and it's them, and it's them.
It's all of them.
It's all of them. But I will say, like, the comedy is still great. And I just feel like, unlike other sketch comedy shows where, like, let's say SNL, obviously, they just get, like, they replace cast members with, like, new cast members. These are, like, the original cast members coming back and doing sketch comedy, which, by the way, is not easy to do right now. For like 5 white dudes from Canada?
Yeah.
Good point.
That's
Well,
a bit
they're
risky.
Canadian, so they get a lot more.
Did they expand their cast at all?
Nope. It's still the 5 of them. They're the primary players. There was one scene in there that just shows me how much they're paying attention to the young people. I'll be really quick, but there's a scene where these two ladies have gone back to work, and of course they dress up as women. That's part of their thing.
Yeah.
They always have. So they dress up as women. They're going back to like an office setting, and they're talking about missing the fax machine because of course the fax machine is not a thing anymore. And there's this young person that's in a cubicle next to them, and they're sending their last fax as like a send off, and they're clapping. They're clapping.
I love it.
And the young person in the cubicle behind them says, excuse me, would you stop that? I find that audibly aggressive. So
they are keeping up with the times.
They're keeping up with the times. I would just venture to say, please give it a try, but keep the kids out of the room. Maybe the first episode for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Audibly aggressive.
Audibly aggressive. It had me. That was my biggest laugh.
So much.
Exactly.
Sagacious.
They're on point.
Audibly aggressive.
Audibly aggressive. Do you find
Sagacious.
clapping to be audibly aggressive?
No, I'm fine with clapping. In fact, I'm kind of a narcissist in that respect. That
You like it?
I do.
I
do.
clap really loud.
So do I. People like in a
Like I'm a really loud clapper. Like full
You
on.
just get that perfect air pocket right
I
in
do.
your palm and just snap it.
It must be a thing.
We've figured this out.
The
We've been
face-
to enough football games, stuff like that. I mean, you've
Sportsing?
got
The sportsing events?
right?
Yeah,
and,
you get loud.
So yeah, you're supposed to. That's the whole thing.
DeeLow's
You
sitting
can't
here
just go
like-
yeah, go team.
I wish
defense.
people could
Go
see the
defense.
eyes back and forth that are looking at DeeLow.
I'm actually
Side.
recording this, so I might put that out there. Except for DeeLow, he wants to put a big smiley face over his face. So
Yeah,
Come for us.
I don't know that I've ever paid attention to
The volume of your clap?
my
The
clap
volume of
volume.
my clap.
the volume of your clap.
my clap volume.
My
Gross.
clap. My clap is
but I'll get it.
loud.
I'll get it checked out.
clap is on fleek.
I think you would know if your clap was loud. Someone would tell you. A nice lady would tell
DeeLow, you've got loud clap.
Or maybe, DeeLow, your clap is too quiet.
Oh.
It's too
I mean,
is it dainty?
Can clap be
Is it
too
like
quiet?
this?
Dainty clappy.
Is it a dainty? Is it a golf clap?
I really don't know, man.
Yeah,
I really
just lay it in
don't.
there.
Give it a go. I want to hear it. Let's do it right now. Live. Well, not live, but
Okay, so it's
that's a good solid
it's a good solid.
round of applause.
Yeah. Okay.
for
Nice
DeeLow.
job, DeeLow. Good job, DeeLow.
Thank you very little. Thank you very little.
Very little. Okay. Oh my god.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa.
All right.
Tony, did you get a chance to watch the New Kids in the Hall or no?
I did not. So
You were busy.
I was busy last
He
night.
was busy. All right,
Doing
that's fine.
stuff for the podcast.
Oh my
So you said it came out
Because apparently
last
we do
night?
that.
It came out on the 13th. We watched an episode last night.
Oh, right.
Yeah, on Amazon
Okay.
Prime. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. So we were
Yeah.
I was talking recently with my husband about stereotypes with we're watching a show. It's called Search Party. It's on Apple TV Plus, Apple Plus TV. Wait, which way does
I
it go?
think it's Apple TV Plus.
Apple TV Plus.
Apple Teeny
Fine.
Plus.
Apple Teeny Plus.
Apple Teeny Plus.
So anyway, it takes place at
Teeny Apples Plus.
there you go, at a high school reunion, and the characters are all like really stereotypical, and it's like modern times, but they're at a high school reunion that, for like maybe 2000s, early 2000s, and it's got like the stereotypical like jock, cheerleader, brain, weirdo, popular, nerd, dork.
I'm a quarterback. I'm
Yeah.
popular.
There you go. And so I started thinking back to like the
My
shows
mom
that I
says
watched.
I'm a
I was
cat.
like,
You're saying
Did
90s.
I-
90s stereotypes? Okay.
yeah. So
It's totally
so-
not a surf.
But the things so I was thinking about the things I grew up watching, like, oh, were they like in the 90s? Were they all high school stereotypes too? And the thing that I watched in the morning was Saved by the Bell. And yeah, Zach, Lisa, popular, Slater was the jock, Kelly was the cheerleader, Jesse was the brains, and Screech was the nerd.
Right.
And then I was like, well, that wasn't a bad show though, was it? Like,
Yeah.
and I know that, yeah, DeeLow and I talked off mic. He was like, they were not great,
They
were
were
they?
vicious, mean people.
They were not great people. And so I was like, well, let me look into this. And sure enough, you found it.
Sorry, I jumped
No,
on
you're
that.
great. I love it. So it's all right. 90s high school stereotypes, right?
So right, because I'm Mark Paul Gosselaar with a giant cell phone.
Oh my God. Oh, the giant cell phone. So there's there's a YouTube show, Funny or Die, that I guess examined all of the episodes of Saved by the Bell and summarized the shitbag things that Zach Morris was doing in every single episode.
Kind of was a piece of shit, but he was like that protagonist, like
he was, and nobody called his ass out.
Yeah, no, because
can I read you a few titles that this person came up with?
Yeah, I was gonna say he like falls into the same category if you think about it as Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
Yeah,
and
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller, that was the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
exactly like Ferris Bueller, just in school.
So here's a few titles.
In school.
Right.
In school.
Right.
And everybody put up with his shit.
Yeah. But he was the popular kid. Everybody wanted to be with him. Everybody wanted to be him.
And these are horrible things, though. The Time Zach, they all start off with The Time Zach Morris. That's the title of every single episode that this person has created, which is great. Kind of in the same vein of like the Friends episodes where they all are titled with the one.
Yeah.
So...
one about
here's
such
a few
such.
Just to tell you what a shitbag Zach Morris was as I'm going to say a 10th grader, 11th grade, 10th grade probably
10th.
The time Zach Morris dumped a woman for saving his life. The time Zach Morris prostituted Lisa, who was like the brainy, popular girl, to pay a credit card bill. Yeehaw! Yeah, he's on a roll. The time Zach Morris framed Slater for a hate crime. Now,
wow.
Slater was like, I mean, he was, I don't know what his nationality was or his background was.
I think he was intentionally ambiguous.
Intentionally ambiguous. Okay. I
used to call him a C grader, a cheese grater.
Zach Morris disgraced his Native American ancestors.
Wow.
The time Zach Morris made a girl in a wheelchair feel terrible.
Epic fail.
Yeah. So the whole series is called Zach Morris's Trash. It's on YouTube. Well, you can find it on YouTube. It's a Funny or Die.
I love it. And
the series ran from 2017 to 2020. And I just felt like a little bit taken aback because I thought I didn't see it that way when I was watching it as a kid, obviously. But when he breaks it down and he summarizes each episode, you really start seeing what a manipulative, self-serving...
cheese bag.
Oh, and everybody let him get away with it.
A scruffy-looking something nerve herder.
He wasn't scruffy.
No,
is that the...
I was going with the Star Wars thing.
Oh, scruffy.
Yes.
He does not deserve anything near Star Wars. Come on now.
Well... Okay, I'll give you that.
Right.
I'll give you that.
But in any case, if you choose to, you can decide to venture. I think they're each maybe like 15 or 20 minutes. They're really, really short. Actually, no, I'm sorry. They're even shorter. They're 10 minutes because the show itself is 22. But there's a quick summary at the end, like a 1 minute, just to recap the douchebaggery. Yes, what have we learned?
Nice.
The more you know.
The more you know.
The more you know.
The more you don't.
So, I don't know. 90s stereotypes. I think they're still out there, though.
I love the 90s.
You love the 90s?
I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I love the 90s. That's where I grew up.
I would like to see that done, like redone, Saved by the Bell, and this day and age with the same attitude and more of a woke culture, and just to see how that all worked out.
I did just watch a movie.
Kind of funny.
Yes, the other night with it was on Netflix. It's now I'm gonna forget her name.
It was on the board.
It was on the board. It's on the board.
There you go.
Where they did try to address some of those high school things from someone that, like, she was a cheerleader. She went into a coma. She woke up. It was 20 years later, and she was like 37, and she tried to go back to high school and still do the same things that she did back in the early 2000s.
Oh, wow.
You know, wear the same type of clothes and be the same type of person, and it just did not resonate with kids today. And yeah, it all became very, very collapsible very quickly.
I wonder if we've lost the
sagacious.
Whole, what would you call it? The stereotype of high school students. I mean, because, you know,
it might have changed.
You had like Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Even the Brady Bunch, there was stereotypes done in that.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think of things as you go back. And I'm just kind of wondering if that's going to go away.
I think the thing
That's a good question.
The thing that the younger people are more interested in is being like there's intersectionality, right? So you can be more than one thing.
Right. And obviously, being the geek is actually kind of cool now.
It is.
Yeah, because before you used to get pounded by all the jocks.
Right.
Right. And
nerds! And at the same time, I think some of the jocks end up being geeks too. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so Senior Year was the movie I was trying to remember that I watched with Rebel Wilson, and she recently lost like a whole bunch of weight, but that doesn't really matter. It's a Netflix movie, and anyway, she tries to go back to school as the cheer captain.
Oh.
Well, come to find out, cheer is not what it used to be, because cheer was banned at their school because it was over-sexualized, and it was... yeah. So they disbanded that. And so now cheer was all about positive messaging for the world and environmental issues. And so their cheers are like,
go world, cha-cha-cha.
Make sure you register to vote and things like that. I mean, obviously like high school kids can't, but they were talking about like world issues versus just, they didn't wear short skirts. It was like a full shirt, fully covered up, and then pants, and they weren't jumping around, and they weren't singing in song. They were just like saying messages and clapping.
They just like sitting in lounge chairs, like machine, like mechanical.
No, they were
lounge
standing.
Chairs that kick their feet up, like some
idiot,
some idiot host has in his living room upstairs.
Oh, I was thinking. Okay,
you're talking
about that.
You're talking about what is it, WALL-E?
WALL-E,
yeah.
Yeah. You went off to WALL-E. I was just saying like,
I was talking about
they just
WALL-E. Yeah.
dropped all of what they considered sexualization of, the young ladies, and then it was just, kind of the nerds and kind of the dorks that were in cheer now. So she was in this movie anyway. When you're talking about just how young people are different and think differently about those stereotypes, that was all
that is interesting.
Gone away. It was a cringy movie. To be honest with you.
What was the name of it again?
Senior Year.
Senior Year.
That one is on Netflix. It's with Rebel Wilson. It's a little cringy.
Okay.
A couple spots where it's just kind of gross.
Good to know, I guess.
I just looked up stereotype high school movies just to see what would come up.
Ooh.
Got Breakfast Club.
Yep. Top of the list, right?
16 Candles.
Oh,
which apparently John Hughes would not have had a career if it hadn't been for stereotypes.
True.
Can't Hardly Wait.
Or Chicago.
Easy A, Hairspray. Not another teen movie.
Oh my God.
Never saw that.
I saw a tiny bit of it, and that was more than I wanted to see.
I don't know if I can. Hold on, I gotta find it now.
Would American Pie fall into the category? Because I cannot. Ugh.
Yeah, that was kind of like one of the end of the 90s and beginning of 2000s. So you had like those kinds of, I don't want to say like Brat Pack type of movies, but yeah, you had that. You had Road Trip, you had Euro Trip, you had Euro.
Oh yeah, like on the brink of like college.
Yeah, exactly.
Age stuff.
Yeah.
So
American Pie, American Pie 2, on the Rocks.
America on the Rocks.
All right, I'm not gonna say that another teen movie is one of my favorites, but
it should be.
This part is freaking hilarious.
All right.
Hold on.
You may have lost those glasses and that.
I gotta find it.
This is a fun venture. No, I'm
having a lot of fun already.
There we go. We're here.
Right moment.
But slow clap.
And it's lame.
Whose was that?
You can't just start a slow clap at any old time.
But how am I going to know when it's the right moment?
Oh.
You'll know.
You'll know.
I don't.
And that's not it.
Yeah, that part of that movie just cracked me up when I saw it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this time for a slow clap? Let's do it now. Okay, we're gonna head into the mid, I think.
Okay. Holy slow clap.
Holy sagacious slow clap.
I really think we need to explain why this is like kind of disorienting.
We'll do that in the next segment.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. And those who are at home, you don't know what we're talking about. Well, we'll tell you what it is after the break.
After the break.
Go ahead. That's your intro to the break.
We'll see you after the break.
Yay!
There you go.
Fucking all over that bitch.
We're going to talk about our room. We're going to talk about what's happening in the room. And we're going to tell you something good. And I'm going to tell you about jury duty.
Ooh. That's my favorite movie.
Nope. Nope. Welcome back to the second half.
Back to the second half.
Oh, nice.
That's the saddest sound in the world.
It is. I forgot to get a drink beforehand, too.
It's not over.
Do you want one right now?
You able to grab one?
I think I can do that.
Oh, I've got things.
Grab it.
I got things.
Oh, sweet.
Welcome back to the second half. Our word today is sagacious. Sagacious.
Sagacious.
There you go.
There you go.
Sagittarius.
Gracias.
You're welcome.
So I welcome you back to talk to you about. There you go.
Ooh.
Oh,
wow.
What are we
That's
cracking?
louder than your claps.
A fine vintage of Mountain Dew.
Mint. That's
Ooh.
mint D.
Moutandois.
I'm trying to put some sort of accent to it.
Yeah.
An
Moutandois.
indistinguishable, no accent of any sort.
Let's just say DeeLow
It's
is
almost
doing the
French, but not quite.
deal. A deal.
Oh, that's all I know in French.
Sarah's going to crack this. Oh, actually, Tony, will you open this for me?
Yeah.
Wait, no, his nails are
Oh, shiitake mushrooms. You didn't tell me you had
Well,
alcohol.
I got more. I got choices.
Ta-da.
I am trying the Smirnoff
Those
zero
are pretty good.
sugar seltzer.
Oh,
and the
I don't know
flavor
about zero sugar.
is orange.
Okay, well, in that case.
Well, that's what I brought today. And I brought other things. Hey, guess what I got in the mail?
Sagacious.
A summons for jury duty.
Oh.
Yay!
Do it. You know, there are times that require a slow clap. And this isn't one of them.
How will I know?
How will I know?
How will I know
You'll
if
know.
there is a slow
Yeah,
clap?
this isn't it. Yeah. Well, it's coming later. The slow clap will come.
So when did you get it?
I got it in the mail this week,
Yeah.
and it's for next month.
So you got to
middle
do the
of June.
calls. Do the calls at this point?
Well, now they'll text you. They'll text me to tell me to call, I believe.
I don't remember
doesn't
the
make any
episode.
sense. I got
on the
I don't remember the
Webernets.
episode. We talked about this before.
I got on the Webernet. Did you?
God, it's been so long.
Yeah, it
Was
was
I not a part of the show then? I did not know that.
No, it was,
I must not have been part of the show either. So I don't fucking remember
it
that
was
either.
you, me, and Mike, and I
And a
actually,
bottle of Jack.
I actually, for the first time ever, actually had to serve on a jury.
I was going to ask you, does anybody have like an actual jury serving like time period? Because every time I've gotten
Well, I'm
summoned,
glad you asked.
I've only gone in and then I've been excused the same day.
I
And
used to
that's
know
it.
a girl with the
that's-
last name of Jury.
That's typically what has
Stupid.
Duty? I don't. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's typically
is
what's happened to
tasty.
me in the past. Okay, so first I will go ahead and tell you the one story. The very first time I ever had to go in for jury duty.
Yes.
I got called in, and at the time I happened to be the manager of a Burger King. So
I do remember the story now.
I got
Yes.
called in, and a young buck, and I'm just sitting here and going, dude, I do not want to do this, don't want to do this, don't want to do
Nobody
this.
wants to do
And they finally call me along with other people up into the jury box. They do the standard preliminary thing.
Y'all gonna make me serve on jury up in here? Up. Sorry, it just made me think of that.
Where they
Stupid reason.
explain what the crime is. Then afterwards, they go through each jury member and ask, "Is there any reason that you
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to give a impartial judgment?"
Yeah.
As it turns out, the accused was there for the crime of going through a drive-thru of a Burger King and robbing the Burger King.
Too close to home.
Well, here's the deal. One of the attorneys, said, do you have any reason why that you think that, you would not be able to be impartial, blah, 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 blah. I had my hand up, and the judge he's kind of looking at me like, oh, whatever. And he goes, is there any reason why you do not feel like you'd be able to get impartial, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, well, maybe, and again, I'm unsure of myself. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. He goes, well, what would your reason be?
You should be sure of yourself. You're a good person.
Because I got held at gunpoint at a Burger King, which was completely true.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Excellent.
I was robbed
I do remember
at a
this
Burger
story
King,
now.
yeah.
That's
so
terrible.
were you on that podcast?
Bummer.
I was not.
Oh, okay.
No. This
that
was
was pretty
before
serious.
my time.
I don't remember the episode.
But I do remember
and then this
that story.
This time around, what happened was I actually had to be on the jury, and I felt completely not right because somebody else's fate was in my hands.
Yeah, it's a big
and
job.
I didn't feel comfortable with it. It was like I felt like he was guilty, and I still didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It was weird.
That's a big job.
I don't dig it.
I don't either. And I mean, I feel like every time I get these summons for jury, I do have the panic, and I feel like that's what's behind it.
Have you ever even gotten called up into the jury box to get questioned?
We got called in, so I went down to the building. We went into, the courthouse. We got put into a room, and that's as far as it got. They excused us. They had settled. I don't know. But we heard the opening statements, I think. I'm not even sure. It was a blur.
You served it.
And I was like
maybe
20.
Yeah, I was in the shit.
That's a long time ago. I was in the shit.
I was in the shit. I was in the front lines.
Did you ever serve jury?
I did. It was they called it a mistrial. The reason for that, there was a speculation that there was some conversation happening outside of the little. So when you leave the jury room or whatever it is, when you leave the courtroom, you go into this little deliberation room where everybody just kind of hangs out and hits their microphones and pretends nothing is wrong.
You didn't see that. It's not on camera anywhere.
Ever.
Rum mint mojito.
Oh, hell yeah, that sounds really good.
Well, I happen to have one.
Mojito.
Oh, mojito.
Anyway,
so what happened was
we're talking about jury duty and rum mint mojitos. Okay. In a can.
Sometimes they go together.
In a can.
And so you're not supposed to talk about anything at all related to the case until everyone has gone through all their questioning and all the witnesses and whatever have been brought forth and then done.
Classy.
And then you go into deliberation.
It's a real class act.
And then everybody shares whatever. And so we didn't get that far because somebody thought, well, they're talking outside of the deliberation room. They're talking about the case outside in public. And so what happened was the judge brought us in one by one. They just told us to go into the deliberation room, and by one we were all summoned out into the courtroom, and we had to sit in our assigned seat. And the judge questioned us, and I assume everybody had the same question. Did you talk about blah, blah, blah? Did you say anything outside? Did you catch anybody else talking about blah, blah, blah? Did they say anything else outside?
So somebody let the cat out of the bag.
Somebody potentially said something.
Somebody potentially said something, and it was a mistrial because they could have just, the defendant could have easily said, oh yeah, I saw juror number 5 talking about, or I heard juror number 5 talking about whatever outside.
Sure, yeah.
During lunch.
Yeah.
Easy. Because we're all downtown.
Yeah.
And that's where the courthouse is, and that's where all the food places are. So it's like you just walk out from the courthouse right to all the food selections. And then it's, easy for them to say, oh yeah, I saw so-and-so talking about it.
So let me ask you this. As serving on because you didn't actually serve on a jury. Did you serve on a jury then? Or were you excused both times?
That's my role, thank you very much.
Yeah, quit taking his
you.
line. That's his classic line.
Whose line is it anyway?
It was last year. Last year was the first year, or was it this year? I can't even remember. It doesn't
This is
matter.
2022.
Yeah, it's all big
Before
fucking blurs.
COVID?
Yeah, everything since 2020 is a blur. I think it was last year that I served for the first time ever where I actually had to sit on the jury duty and go through that whole...
Was that in person? Do you have to go in person?
Yeah.
During COVID? Oh.
Yeah, it was actually right as like things were starting to open up a little bit more. Okay. So I think it was last summer.
Okay.
That was the first time I ever had to do it, and it was only 1 day long. So
okay.
It wasn't really even that bad.
All right. And then Tony...
Yours went a little
longer than, yeah?
Ours was going to go into its second week.
Holy cow!
And
wait, so you actually sat for 2 weeks on this?
No, well, we sat for a full week, and then we were starting into the second week, and that's when it was called off.
Wow!
We were 1 day away from deliberation, and long story short, this guy moved in with his love interest. His love interest had a daughter, and he was taking inappropriate videos of her in her bedroom.
Yeah, that would have been rough to sit through.
Yeah, we had to watch all of his video
Oh,
clips.
wow.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
No.
Yep, it was bad.
Jesus.
I should probably change my phrasing there. That's no. I'm going to go with that because...
As in, that's bad. Yeah, that's terrible.
I wasn't even listening to you because I was...
I know you didn't. But I'm just sitting there listening to you say no, and I'm going, I need to clarify this. I need to clarify.
My God.
Oh, my God.
Good catch, you.
Thanks.
Good.
DeeLow.
Good catch.
Way to bring that back
He's like,
in.
for the record. For the record, I am saying yes, as in that is terrible.
That is disgusting.
And I agree, that is
Not
horrible.
even terrible, that's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
For the record.
And it's so it's really crazy how your brain can do that sometimes, though, right? Like you're agreeing, like, that is the fucking worst. Yes, that's the fucking worst. And you're nodding, but you mean no? Do you do that? I do
well,
that.
yes. I mean, and I was nodding while Tony was saying it.
I think that's a Midwestern thing to say, yeah, no.
I'm just sitting there going, nobody's going to hear or see what my head is doing.
Well, just so you have this confidence, Tony actually, I think, has video recording of this.
So, there you go.
So the disgust on your face is present, even though your words didn't match.
Yes.
Tell
me about it, Tony.
I'm just over here. No.
I'm just glad I caught myself.
Good for
I'm
you.
glad you did too.
I'm glad you
catch.
did 3.
Good catch.
Sagacious.
Did you find it difficult to not talk about the case out of trial? Like when you were done with trial at the end of the day, were you just exhausted?
I was.
Like you don't want to hear about anything. You don't want to know anything.
I was exhausted, but it was like that was a good opportunity to kind of practice compartmentalization. So I just tried to turn off the switch once I left the courthouse, and then turn it back on once I got in there. But yeah, it was very emotionally trying.
I can see where it would be at.
Yeah. But
that would be.
But the thing is, like, again, we were 1 day away from completely finishing the trial, going through all of the questions and all of the witnesses and everybody who was, going to be entered as for testimony. We were 1 day away from being done, and I think that's probably why the defendant decided to try and cast a mistrial, because he didn't want to be sent. He knew he was guilty.
Sure.
He knew he was guilty.
Well, you got the video evidence.
Exactly. And so that's why I think he was trying to just cast it as a mistrial to prevent him having to go to jail, prison, whatever, for as long as he could.
Yeah, but you can't randomly just do that.
There had to be someone that heard
There
something,
had to be
but I
something
imagine
that
it was.
I don't know. I don't
know either. There are some really big cases where I've heard that they call someone is talking outside or talking to each other during the case, not while it's already been decided, not after it's already been decided, but during the case where I think they get kicked off the jury.
I will admit, somebody did ask as we were leaving. Now, again, we hadn't left the courtroom. We were leaving the deliberation room, and somebody asked a question. Did they say XYZ or did they say ABC? It was a clarification. And I said, and this was in like just the group of 3. And I said, I think, I don't know what they said. We probably can't talk about it.
That's the answer. I think that's the answer.
And so that's probably why they decided. I don't know. Maybe if they heard that
until both sides are rested,
right?
And then you get to
arrested.
go, or until both sides have rested their case, and you actually go back into the room, and you guys can discuss.
Right.
Then you can't talk about anything to each other, right?
I believe so.
I believe so. Yeah.
Every Dateline and everything I've seen is
bummer.
Is a bummer.
CSI
is what is CSI? What is this? 97 now?
I can't remember. What Law and Order? That was a good one.
Oh, Law and Order. That's back, apparently. I don't watch it, but it's back. Yeah, Law and Order's
You're
back.
kidding me.
No, yeah, I'm kidding you. No, I'm not kidding you. So speaking of these high-profile cases that are out right now, there's one that a lot of people are talking about, and I don't really want to talk about the case itself. I don't want to talk about both sides haven't had a chance to make their case or anything. But I will say something happened on the stand during the testimony that was said that really got TikTok ablaze. And I'm just saying no to TikTok. I don't do TikTok, but this thing really caught me off guard. And it made me laugh my effing A off because I have been watching the trial. And I'm talking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
I kind of figured.
And it's hard to ignore. But the fact is that she said this very strange phrase as part of her testimony under oath. And if you had watched her on the stand during her testimony, her face was making a lot of exaggerated movements. So her mouth, when she was trying to express sadness, was very, very downturned, like intentional. Like a very intentional.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was just, I know her background. She's probably had a lot of work done on her face. I'm sorry, she's got Botox a few times. So I don't know if it was just like trying to force muscles, and by doing that, it's it made it even more exaggerated.
What do they call it for men? Do they call that Brotox?
Brotox.
What up, bro? Brotox. Hey.
So there's this.
My dog stepped on a bee.
This.
My dad has to pee.
Very wonderful TikTok.
My mom's stuck in a tree.
My squirrel got bit by a flea.
What?
Without my glasses, I cannot see.
Child spilled my tea.
What are these? These are all clips?
Okay, so people heard her say that first part. My dog got stung by a bee. And she made this very downturned, exaggerated face. And she squinted really hard.
I need to look it up.
And she looked away. I put the clip in your thing. And so
the clip of the bucket.
TikTok went straight to work, and a bunch of people just started adding to this very odd comment. So again, not related to anything in the trial particularly, but it was just an odd off comment. My dog got stung by a bee. So people started adding, and so you see all these people adding to it, and it's sorry, I'll start again.
My dog stepped on a bee.
And there's the face, cringy.
My dad has to pee.
And everybody makes this over-exaggerated face.
My mom's stuck in a tree.
After they rhyme with my dog
got bit by a flea.
Squirrel got bit
Without
by
my
a
glasses,
flea.
I cannot see.
And they all make that terribly
spilled my tea.
Exaggerated, squinty face. It just struck me as so
I get it.
funny.
I can definitely see what you're saying now that I see her face.
It's a lot. That's a lot for saying as part of your testimony, my dog got stung by a bee. To have that much emotion.
But she didn't elaborate anything else. It had nothing else to do with anything else.
It had nothing to do with anything that was happening. She took the dog to the vet is the next piece of what she says, but that was
either looks like she drank some really sour lemonade, or she looks like she just farted. I don't know which one.
It's a lot of expression for that particular statement. And that's why people just kind of made a joke out of it, because it's just way too much of an expression for my dog got stung by a bee.
Dog got stung by a bee.
My dog had a flea stuck in it. My dog got bit by a flea. I didn't, we took him to the vet and it was fine. I don't understand her stressing out or making this face or making it part of her testimony. It was really odd.
Completely pointless.
So
she was probably just trying to garner some sort of sympathy,
for sure, because that face alone over that small of a detail, it didn't even harm her physically.
Right.
It was the dog.
It's a strange face.
I named the dog Indiana.
But
you were named
if
after
you're watching
the dog?
any of their part of her testimony, that was a lot of what the faces she made was exaggerated expression.
It was not very.
But this one phrase really caught me off guard, and then TikTok really went to work on it. It
I
was
love
pretty.
the internet. Oh my god!
Again, not a fan of TikTok, but that was pretty on point.
It's just
it was pretty great. Yeah. So moving on, let's get out of the jury box now.
Let's get out of the bad.
Let's get out of the bad and go into the
Tell me something good.
Yay!
Okay.
This is a little news segment that we're gonna roll into.
Right on.
From a couple of episodes ago, I think we were trying to think of JB Smooth's name of his podcast, and I couldn't remember of it. I couldn't remember the name of it, so I just said, "Is it Tell Me Something Good?" May I elaborate?
Yeah, but
I said, "Is it Tell Me Something Good?" And you're like, "No," and I'm like, "Okay, then that's mine." So I've taken
verbal
that.
trademark.
So verbal trademark.
Keeping it.
So Tony made this awesome little intro. Which are we gonna get a?
Is that an awesome intro?
It's a nice little.
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you. And
but I know exactly what he put into it, so you know.
Oh, you're talking work-wise. All right.
I mean,
it's a literal
wasn't
one.
that awesome?
Aww.
Was it? I'm just asking.
Look at
it?
Faces.
Because here's the deal.
It was.
I don't hear
if it's awesome.
I don't hear the other guy in the room coming up with an intro for that.
Oh, I would have.
That's all right.
So no. Are we talking about the editing he did? I just want to make sure we understand.
You know what? This is
because I know this guy's editing skills,
he on trial?
He can do a lot better there.
Is he on trial? I'm not saying he can't. I'm not complaining about
Sagacious.
it though. I thought it was
the love of fuck, man.
It was
I'm just
exactly
saying.
literally what I had said and worked doing.
So anyway,
I've heard him come up with some kick-ass shit.
We're going back to this.
We're gonna go back to the good.
Before DeeLow decided to just shit all over everything that I just did.
Shit all over it.
That's
It was
fine.
fine.
I've got plenty. You know what? We were talking about midlife things, and I was excited that I have a roll of paper towels dedicated to the basement. And I'm going to use those now to clean myself off of the shit that you have that I have now been accompanied with.
That's something good.
That is something good. I like that.
As an adult, you've adulted.
I mean,
good job.
You understand that I'm giving him props at the same time, right?
Are you?
You do? Yeah, I am.
Are you?
You came up with the freaking intro music. The intro music's fucking awesome.
It's all right. No, I'm just kidding. So you're saying he's capable of so much.
I'm capable. I like
now
that.
you're picking up on that.
No, I got it. I knew it as soon as you said it. I got it.
Anyway.
I wasn't unpleased with the intro, though.
So who else says
the fact that I just said the other day, I was like, hey, I think I'm going to edit Tell Me Something Good. So
who
he
else
just
says
like,
something
my
let's
guess
do
is
it.
he only took a couple of minutes on it. That's fine.
That's fine.
There's an internet search that took a few more than a couple minutes.
I felt like it was a lot more props than it deserved. I mean, it's a good intro.
Okay.
It's a good intro.
DeeLow,
From what I can do,
I'm going to charge you to
From
do
what you can do,
a
maybe
much better intro. And I want it at least 10 times better.
Better than Shaka Khan? Ooh.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, good luck.
I'm charging you with
the
that
bar
now.
Are we talking about for this particular segment?
Yes, because we might do it again.
I don't know.
So go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to do it every single time I do this.
Oh, wait, do you have something with you?
Every third
No.
show. Bam, bam.
You guys do your thing.
Uh-huh.
He's going to create now.
So he's going to do it right now on the
He's
fly?
out, and he's going to come up with something in 5 minutes.
All right, fine. Good luck.
I'm going to give you a
Pressure's on.
slow clap, a slow clap.
Pressure's on, bitch.
I ain't
So
doing that.
we're trying to tell something good here.
You know that doesn't happen here.
God damn it. I really tried, man. I really tried. So anything positive, whether it's personal, something you've witnessed, partake in, something that you're doing as a personal goal. We talked about goals at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
You know, a follow-up.
What's yours?
I'm happy to start. All right.
Go for it.
Okay, so I have worked this year to try and reduce my stress, and
I thought you were going to say carbon footprint.
My carbon footprint.
Footprint.
Yes, my carbon footprint. Maybe 2. But I'm reducing my stress,
God, I haven't.
and so I've recently gotten out of a job that was very, very, very stressful and anxiety producing. And now I'm happier in my new position and my role, and my anxiety has definitely dropped. My stress has dropped, and my capacity for other things has increased. So, giving energy and my time.
Yeah.
And which feels so much better for my mental health, because it was pretty depressing. I was in a really depressed state, and I didn't realize how depressed I was. Until you're out of it, then you kind of start realizing, like, shit,
You have to
I
look
was
at it from
really,
the outside.
I was really like anxiety was at the front.
You sound like me before I got my sad light.
I need a sad light. I need a happy light, not a sad. I don't want a sad light.
But the thing with
what's a sad light? Is that a black light?
No, it's a satellite. It's a dish
satellite.
It's a dish that goes around the Earth. It's
seasonal something disorder.
Seasonal affective disorder.
Affective disorder?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
and I got those lights. You remember that?
I do, and I think
remember
we did a whole show about it.
Yeah, it was like I was really fucking down at that time, like just not happy.
I think it was winter.
And
winter blahs.
Well, and
That's true.
that is the thing is we finally started getting some sun over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm finding myself
do you feel a little
better.
Just in a better mood.
Like a better mood. Yes.
It really was affecting me more than I thought.
I think that is true too. I didn't realize how depressed I had been, and so now that I'm kind of shifted out of that, and a lot of that anxiety is gone, and I do agree with you with weather changing. That obviously increases just kind of your mood.
I don't know that it ever used to
mood.
affect me that much, though. And just this year, it seemed to really get to me. And I don't know if it's because
it was post-COVID too.
Well, and that's kind of what I was wondering is if it had to do with that. You know, we're all still kind of disoriented.
A little bit.
And seriously, I'm not the only one who can't seem to keep track of the years anymore. I've noticed it constantly in people
it's
like
like
that
21 and 22, or sorry, 2020 and 2021 didn't happen.
Yeah.
This is how I feel
completely
about it.
not there.
I literally have to like frame my brain around like 2019 was pre-COVID and then 2020. So like my brain goes there. Like what year did that happen? Oh, 2019 was before COVID and 2020 is when COVID hit. So what in relation, for time did things happen? And but yeah, so I do feel like I've checked off something positive this year. And then also I'm increasing my activity and I'm pretty damn committed. So I'm really excited about it.
Yay!
Is that where the slow crap goes?
My slow crap? Just do the slow crap. You had to slow it down. Slow
cool.
it way,
That's cool.
way down. Tony,
hi.
Do you have something that you would like to share about something good?
Beyond your paper towel.
You know what?
Beyond your paper, the adulting paper towel.
Can I talk about the thing that I was thinking about talking about?
You talk about whatever you want to talk about.
So I got something good to talk about. And this actually affects all three of us.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Don't
it's
you worry.
something good.
It's something good. We are going to be a guest collectively on another podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. And the podcast, it's a little bit faster than the slow clap. Yeah. So
that's a rapid clap, and that's weird.
It's a rapid clap. It's a claplet. It's a rapid.
Dino's got the clap.
I've seen somebody who does that. They like go back and forth with the hand so fast. It's like
is that a thing?
Anyway,
so what were we
if you Google
something
that
good?
or put it on YouTube or something like the world's fastest clapper, and his hands go back and forth so fast.
We already listened.
Anyway,
to slow crap.
Fine. So yes, we're going to be a guest on the Ta2Squid Podcast, and Ta2Squid, otherwise known as Dre. He's out of New York, and he reached out to us a while ago asking if we wanted to be a guest on the show. So we were able to work out the dates, and actually, as of today, we are going to hop out of this episode pretty soon. So we can join him and do the show with him on his podcast. So we're going to be guest on his show again, the Ta2Squid Podcast. I don't know when that airs exactly, but when it does,
I think he usually records ahead of time, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, you can't record.
I don't know. I just remember I'm hearing on one episode where they're
socials.
But yeah, I think
it'll be out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. It could be a couple of weeks. Could be a month. It doesn't really matter.
Unless he's running behind. Maybe he's going to do it right away.
Maybe he's running ahead.
Just really happy.
Maybe somewhere in the
to
middle.
be part of it though. And
and thanks for that. So his name is Drew. I did not know his first name.
Dre.
Sorry. Thanks, Dre.
Don't forget about Dre.
Don't forget about Dre.
And now that's going to stick with you, isn't it?
Yep. That's what I'm at.
That's my thing. That and mowing the lawn. I did that yesterday. Feel really good about it.
That's good.
Was that your first time this year?
It's the second time, and I have a new blade, and I was so excited to put it on.
I would have mowed yesterday.
What an adult you are!
I did not have the time. I had other things to do.
So I put on a new blade, and I mowed the lawn, and I used the string trimmer, and then I used the blower to like clean it all up, and then I did a little bit of my neighbor's yard.
What?
It was great.
And
it looks so good.
Isn't that nice?
So good.
My husband did the diagonal lines.
I hear too, like, I do that too. I'll go across, I'll go up and down, and then I'll go diagonal, and then I'll go the other diagonal, and I'll just keep repeating that same process. So never cut it. Never cut it the same way every single week.
Oh,
because I guess it's bad for the lawn. I don't know.
Yeah.
I go one way, and then I go 90 degrees of that, and then I go 45 degrees of that, then I go 90 degrees of that, and then I go 45 degrees of that, 90 degrees of that. 45.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is that something that your father instilled in you because he was a landscape person?
No.
No, just curious.
No, I don't remember where I heard that or where I gathered that, but
all right.
No, I gathered that somewhere else, probably on a bus. DeeLow, hey, what's you got? What
DeeLow, do you have any? It's not a requirement.
What do you have tonight? That is good.
But if you have something to share.
Talk today.
I just mow the fucking lawn.
That's awesome.
I don't put a lot of
You have a huge lawn, though. We've discussed this before.
And there is no way to do it diagonal.
That sounds like a chore versus like...
Well, I will say that I never mow it the same way twice because there's so many things like that I have to maneuver around that it just never comes out the same.
All right.
So, all right, we're going back to the intro real quick. Again, I will give him props. It was just fine.
You did do an intro.
He has the ability to do... No, it's time.
I have come
this.
No, that's yours.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you did do that.
But he has the ability to do this type of shit, too.
I can call him all
and that's my
things.
boy. I've seen him do that or heard him do that. I don't know.
You
if
know
he
what he's capable of.
It's been a while since I've done something that in depth before, so I'm into more like
that was what I was saying. Is like, yeah, it's fine.
She
just gave you major kudos, and I'm like, no, it's not major kudos. It's like cool. All right, cool.
Well, thank you for taking. Thank you for
sucking the wind out of the sails.
Coming to you from the basement of some guy named Tony.
Jiggles. Tell me something good.
Full-on assault of high octane.
All right.
I'm in a battle.
If I had something
good to say, you would say it, and you don't. Instead, you're just going to shit all over me again.
Yeah.
I got to go back and get more paper towels. Thank you, DeeLow.
Golf League started this week.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And,
hitting the links.
Tony,
Is that what they call
Tony
those
apparently
things?
participated too, even though we didn't see each other out on the course. Let me ask you, after Wednesday, end of the night, how did you feel?
Ooh.
Awful.
Yeah.
Like, I was fine until the morning, and I actually called in. It was late 2 hours because I had a hard time getting out of bed.
You were probably like me, didn't even drink or anything. Did you drink at all?
Well, I did a lot of that too.
Oh, okay, you did a lot. Oh, that's right. I remember who you were playing with.
The guy I was playing
with. The guy
with.
you were playing with.
He enjoys.
He likes to partake.
He does.
I had one beer that night, got home, and I swear to God, because of my lack of exercise, I just was run down the entire night.
Yeah.
And it made me realize that I really need to start exercising again.
Hey.
Last night I had a gig, did some stuff out in the boot, and same damn thing though. I mean, just trying to get upstairs and everything else, I was worn out.
Man.
And that's why I've been kind of quiet today too.
That's all right.
So
it's recovering.
God damn it.
My dog got stung by a bee. All right.
All right, I'll leave that alone.
Thanks for the positive shares.
I hate you all so much.
Thanks for the positive shares. It's all good. All right.
What you thinking?
I think we're going to roll out.
The other thing I want to say is that intro that Tony wrote, freaking awesome, or put together. It's awesome.
It's always good
It's
work.
fucking awesome.
It's always good work.
It's fucking awesome. He's giving me the
I'm slowly rolling toward my mic to just look like I'm going to say something. I don't really have anything to say, so whatever.
All right. Thanks for joining us this week. Tell us something good about something that you're doing. Maybe email us at
There's a Better Podcast at gmail.com.
Or catch us on the Twitter at
There is a better, the number one.
Or on DeeLow and my least favorite way to communicate on the Instagram at There's a Better Podcast.
Yeah. I'm Tony.
Actually, the it talk would be the TikTok.
Really?
TikTok is your least favorite?
Yeah, that'd be my least favorite.
What about Reddit?
I've been trying to get on Reddit.
I don't mind that as much. I can handle that.
That's DeeLow. I'm Sarah.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm DeeLow.
We're going to go and...
You're Sarah.
I'm Sarah.
That guy's Tony.
We're going to do this next thing.
Oh, look, there's salsa. Salsa.
Meow.
Salsa.
That's
Salsa
cat,
verde.
not
Salsa.
Food. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Of Latter-day Saints.